What's going on, everybody? Just want to thank you Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining us again for another adventure of The Dragon and That Sucker. This week, we'll be jumping into some interesting topics.
Today, we're going to talk about remote life. COVID-19, the coronavirus has dominated news, dominated our worlds, changed our economy, changed our healthcare, changed who we see as heroes. And kind of cap it all off with a pretty serious and really important topic for Tori and I, which is the mental health aspect.
Hey, thanks for breaking down the agenda. Now everybody knows exactly what we're going to talk about, so there's going to be no spontaneity whatsoever going on. Do we just want to end the podcast at this point? Because they already know what we're going to talk about, so there's no fun in it whatsoever.
Yeah, that was my intent. We're signing off.
It's been real.
Close it down.
The shortest podcast of all time. Yes, thank you. Moving on. Let's see here. What else we got? We haven't talked about products. We haven't
talked about things that have been on or off the shelf.
We have not.
You obviously have gone shopping. You've got fish. You've got tacos for. It's gotten a lot better, but at the beginning, I mean, toilet paper?
I just want one pack. No, not one pack. Get off!
Toilet paper?
I'm still trying to understand that one. I've had people try to break it down for me, and it just doesn't. It's not jiving with me. I'm not getting it.
It seems that there was at the very beginning I'm going to get it wrong, a morning show. I'm just going to say that had someone talking about the things that you need to get through any type of emergency.
You're going to blame the fake news media right now? Really? You're going to go there?
I'm not blaming. No, I mean, let me finish that thought and then we'll go back there, which is it was on display, something that you need. We all agree that we need toilet paper. We probably didn't need to go out and just buy a bunch of toilet paper, but there were other things that were just flying off the shelf. Meat, right? Meat was flying off the shelf. Some other baby products. I couldn't imagine being a new parent right now with going through, especially if it was back early April end of March. That would have been a crazy time. But yeah, you and I were talking about it as we were going through what we were going to ponder.
Were we talking about it on the toilet?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think so. I mean,
I couldn't remember. I just wanted to make sure because it would make sense if we were both on the toilet and we realized we didn't have any toilet tissue and then we started venting to each other. No, that wasn't it. No, okay.
That definitely wasn't.
My bad.
No. I have had that discussion in that scenario, in that situation with other people. I don't want to offend you you're not my toilet talker. So it's really primarily reserved for my brother. He's my toilet talker and my kids who interrupt me constantly.
I think that's kind of weird that people talk to each other on the toilet.
No, I literally only call him when I have to use the restroom. It keeps it to 3 minutes.
That would still qualify as weird because you're talking to someone on the toilet.
Well, I'm not like talking to them while they're on the toilet all the time. But usually I coordinate it. I'll text them ahead. Hey, are you about ready to take it down? Let me know when you do so we can talk. You made me break character.
Dude, you're the dragon, man. The dragon does what the dragon does, man. If that means having toilet talkeries with his brother, so be it.
Let's just call it out. All right, let's put it out there.
Okay.
Is it because stores are trying to sell their own brands?
I mean, it's good business.
So are they not requesting from their supply chain the replenishment of non-self-branded items? And that's why the Clorox wipes and hand sani and TP and other products are not on the shelves?
That is correct. In a situation like right now, why would you have anything but your own brand available?
True. That's a good point. Yeah, it's been quite an interesting adventure because going to stores, I'm seeing a lot of the Kroger brand, a lot of the Target brand.
At the end of the day, if these companies are providing a service and it's reasonably priced, why wouldn't they promote their own brand? That's just good business. So is it a supply chain issue or not, Cody? Is it really a supply chain issue or is it just good business?
Yes, it could. I mean, it could be both, right? It could be both. I mean, it's difficult to keep people employed. People are getting sick. If you've got a fever, if you've got any type of symptom, you're not, not to be at work. And that, if you're touching a lot of product, right, you're likely to have been exposed to COVID if you're in that environment. So I would imagine that it could be a supply chain issue, but I don't think it's a supply chain issue in that there is a lack of product, but a lack of ability to get the product.
You brought up fever. What if you have a fever for the flavor of Pringles?
Well, I got a fever for more cowbell.
Where's your cowbell at, man? If you got a fever for it, where's the cowbell?
That's a very good question. I don't have one with me. That's why I've got the fever.
I see what you did right there, Cody. Oh, man. I see what you did right there. All right, man. Well played. Well played.
We've got so many businesses that are they're done. This could be it. I mean, nail in the coffin, move to the next thing, try to restart, try to rebuild. I've heard numbers all over the place, 30%, 20%, 40% of small businesses aren't going to reopen at all. And what is that going to do to our workforce? How does that impact kind of our daily life?
But you don't see that as being what, Cody?
Oh, I don't know if that's real necessarily.
Why you say that?
For example, somebody may be really struggling just keeping their business afloat, right? Okay. They've got employees. It's really hard. You know what it's like to run a small business. You're trying to keep your pipeline going, trying to keep lights on, try to keep your licensing or your maintain your agreements, your contracts with people. Right. It's stressful. It's difficult.
Yes.
At this point, if you didn't get a PPP loan, you can, and you're closed down, you might say, you know what, that's it.
What's a PPP?
It's the loan it's the forgiveness loan that is out there for small businesses.
Forgiveness loan for
small businesses.
Why would it even be called a loan if it's a forgiveness loan?
I think there are stipulations. One, you can't let anybody go. Two, you've got to, if you are experiencing downturn, you got to keep your people paid and employed. There are quite a few rules that keep it up. They're going to make it difficult for people to adhere to just getting the money and then cutting half their staff and reaping the benefit of this stimulus that they're going to get.
So why not just call it a grant instead of a loan?
Yeah, because I think that there's going to be. Well, I need to look into that. That's a good question because I don't know why there's what level of forgiveness there is. Is it the whole loan? Is it part of the loan?
I thought you were political, man.
I'm extremely political.
So how could you not know this? Are you Googling right now? Are you literally Googling right now?
Dude, you asked me.
I'm sorry for my Microsoft, sympathizers out there. He's binging right now.
Funny thing there.
But, I would say this. I would say, to your point, Cody, companies who, number one, are trying to survive, they have either found a way to completely make their workforce remote or they have some type of hybrid. But what they've done in the process of that is they've realized that not only are they surviving, but now they have a new business model and opportunity to grow because this is not going to change once COVID-19 passes. Social distancing, the way we conduct business, just the way we go about our daily lives on this planet. This is the new norm. So if businesses are being, forward thinking, they are looking at ways to not only maintain with teleworkers, but how they can grow and scale. I'm a part of a referral group right now. The referral group was built off of building local groups in different geographical areas. And then once you've saturated Colorado, then you move on to another state, and then you move on to another state, and then you move on to another state. Well, with the advent of COVID-19, she had to move all the meetings to Zoom because we couldn't physically meet. Mm-hmm. Now she's got people from Europe jumping in. She's got people from Israel jumping in. She's got people from Australia jumping in. She's got people from Africa jumping in. So now her whole mindset of how I'm going to grow this company is completely changing. So when we are able to meet again, she's probably going to still have Zoom meetings for people in other countries to join. So now she can grow her company internationally. So that's where entrepreneurs and companies are going to really kind of propel themselves out of COVID-19 if they're able to survive, is because they will completely change their business model and they will be able to scale at ways they never would have imagined.
I saw an article on LinkedIn. It was saying, "Don't get used to remote work. This isn't permanent." And I was thinking, man, that's some naive thinking. It's people are going to adjust, and this is going to be something that lingers. It may be, like you had suggested, a hybrid role that's out there that people are going to, some folks are going to require, they're going to be essential, they're going to need to be in operating. You have facilities folks that are running the show, right? Folks that are out there that don't need to be boots on the ground, lifting, fixing, touching, handling things.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to change. It's going to change. And I think it's going to sustain in the way it is. WebEx, Zoom, Meets, yeah, Google,
Teams.
But
Teams is jumping in there.
Teams is absolutely there.
Mm-hmm.
You've got it all built in, but not everybody's used to it. Not everybody's comfortable with it.
Right.
But it is certainly making business absolutely doable.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that people are absolutely out there that will maintain this type of a workforce, and it's here to stay. Like I said, I've been used to virtual conference, virtual meeting for a long time. And so I understand that there's a dynamic and a flow in these moments. And you just got to insert yourself and be assertive.
Can you insert yourself and be assertive at the same time, Cody?
Oh, yes.
How do you insert yourself and be assertive? Oh, yeah. What are you inserting yourself into, Cody? That's what I want to know.
I'm just trying to understand where you're going with that comment. We are trying to keep this PG-13, and I don't think we need to go into the education of that. And we may want to have that as an educational.
Fair enough.
We could.
I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to understand you, Cody. That's all. I'm just trying to understand you, man. No harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul. We're gonna just keep it as when you find an opportunity to speak up, you've got to speak up. Insert assertive. Make sure that your opinions are heard. Make sure you have an opinion about something. Get it out there. There you've inserted and you've been assertive. You've also been obsertive. So the malapropism that we've gone through tonight is that there's also a thing called absurtive, which is when you're just absolutely absurd, but you're pure about it.
Nice. I love it. That's a new word. You need to add that word to the list. Yes.
Observative.
Yes. Thank you for breaking that down, how to insert yourself into assertiveness. Thank you.
So yeah, how do you work? How do you do your life? How do you do your life? What's your schedule? How do you make it work? How are you successful in your remote life?
Again, man, number one, if you have an ace in the hole called being an introvert and a loner, that's almost like two aces in the hole.
Like a small business loner?
No, I'm not a small business loner. I am a loner. There's a difference.
So you give money. You're the one that actually.
Exactly. Well, a small business loaner gives money, where a loner is just someone who likes to roll solo dolo.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to schedule, I try to stick to the same schedule I would have in the office, right? And I understand that part of working from home is the flexibility and things of that nature. And by all means, I have been able to, utilize that when it comes to picking up my son or running, having an emergency situation come up, whatever the case may be. Definitely that's there, but I don't lean on that. I try to stick to an actual schedule that I would have if I was in the office, just because I believe I'll be more productive that way. And I have a very demanding, high workload, task-based position. So I really need to be as efficient as possible with my time.
I think that there are some roles that are out there that aren't task driven, right? That don't have a deadline. That would be, I think, a little bit more difficult, even for me, who is a person like you. I like to get things done. I like to get things done early. If there's a way to get it done before the due date, I'm all about that.
Absolutely.
TCB, right? Take care of business.
I didn't know that's what that stood for. I've been using that for 20 years, and I thought it had to do with yogurt or something.
TCBY.
Oh, okay. See, when they would say why, I would answer the question.
Because I love yogurt.
I didn't realize that was a part of the acronym.
That being the case, I think that the needs of everybody is that we still have to be connected to people. Now, you still rely on somebody to check their box, right? If they're going to do something, you got to know when it's been done, how it's been done. And so really leveraging the tools that are out there, the Skypes, the Slacks, the Teams. Teams has a cool chat function in there as well. The Google Hangouts, if you're doing that, you've got some of the more really secure things like WhatsApp.
Did you say what's up?
WhatsApp.
Are you trying to say what's up?
Yeah, you said I need to be more cultured. So I'm saying
I've never heard anybody with culture say what's app. It's what's up, because you're like, what's up?
That's what I said. I said, what's up? Yeah. Hey man, what's up? Am I saying it wrong? I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Your face is.
Continue. Go ahead and continue, man. Go ahead and continue. I don't want to hold up this podcast because you don't know how to say what's up. So go ahead.
What's that? I just said again. Okay, now I'm just gonna be stuck on what's that. I
mean, that's fine. It's whatever. I use Signal personally.
Use Signal. Yeah, I think we talked about that. You're looking to, kind of expand your dating horizons right now.
Well, I don't know what that means. I'm just saying I use Signal because it's more secure than WhatsApp.
Wait. Did you say what's up?
No, I was talking about the application called WhatsApp. It's a chatting application that is it's arguably the biggest chatting application on the planet, but it's not necessarily the most secure. And because I believe in security, I use a more secure app called Signal.
Single? You're single?
I am single, but I use an application called Signal.
So you use it. Well, that just seems redundant. I'm single and I use an app called I'm Single. Okay.
That's WhatsApp, baby. That's WhatsApp.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's WhatsApp. You don't know how to deal with this. I don't know how to deal with this. It's not boring, huh?
Nobody uses slang in the boardroom.
Great. I mean, I don't know. We probably should have just killed this podcast right.
Way off. Just
not boring. Just should have killed.